to this week's edition of the SAU Coaches Show. I'm Jacob Pumphrey with MuirWaterAthletics.com, and joining me this week is the head coach of the SAU Volleyball team, Coach Steven Gream. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Since the last show, you've been a really busy man. You and your 2015 squad. You've played 4 matches. Last week you had 3. You had 2 conference matches, one with OBU, one with Henderson. Then you went out of conference on the weekend and played Central Baptist College in Conway. Give us a little recap of the past week. You went 2-1. You picked up your first conference win on the road, but you dropped a match to OBU at home. So just give us a little recap about those 3 matches.
Well, the OBU match, that was the first match we played. That was a big match because at the time they were #1 in the conference, playing very well. They're doing what they typically do. They played good defense, and they have 2 good hitters that are really carrying them right now as far as hitting percentage. And they dictated what they wanted to do, and we couldn't rebound very well against them. They served really well. Their big hitter really took care of us there, as we were afraid they would do. We just never could get a rhythm going. I mean, the fans were great. We had a good fan base there. It was a home match. We just could not pull away. And then we got into the Henderson State game, and we did a very good job of bouncing back after that tough, disappointing loss against OBU. Henderson State's played pretty well for them. I mean, they're struggling with a new coach and new system and things, but we did what I wanted to do against OBU, which was we served tough. We put the pressure on. We distributed the ball really well. Our service here was really good. I mean, we did some great things in that match. And that's why we ended up with a 3-0 win. And then we went to Central Baptist and carried that over to Central Baptist. When we played there, we served well, played good defense. Kind of had a few hiccups there, but it wasn't that it was on their end. It was more on our end because we were trying to get subs in and everything. We tried to play everybody in those matches and to get some PT to get ready for this week that we're about to go into.
You talk about bouncing back. It seems like the momentum from the end of last week with the win at Henderson State and then picking up the win in Conway against CBC definitely carried over into last night's performance, a dominating a win for your squad. A lot of season highs were set. It was the highest attacking percentage for a team under your leadership in conference play, so just a lot of positive things going on. It's easy to look at a box score and say, that was working for Southern Arkansas, that was working. But really, take us on to the court and what was really working for you guys last night?
Well, first of all, we came in really focused. That was one of the things, you come in, it's another game. But no, they were ready. We told them before we got off the bus, this is a rival game. You're going to get their A game today, whether you bring yours or not. You're going to get theirs, and it's really tough to win in that gym with the low ceiling and the crowd that they've had, especially in our matches. But as far as what was really working, we had that focus, and then we went in and we served very well. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 servers. All 6 of our servers were serving. They were getting them out of the system, which was making our defense's job much easier. And we were getting a lot of free balls, which allowed us to get those easy attacks that we were getting. Yes, we did hit it for a high percentage, but I believe our serve created those high percentage shots that we got, and that's the reason why we kept on their defensive end the whole time. They're one of the top defensive teams in the conference, and we hit 402 against them. That's saying something there, and the reason why is because we served so well.
Yes, I believe they were hitting, or they were holding opponent's attack percentage to, I believe it was a .155 through 33 sets played. So a really good job from your offense. So looking to head into tomorrow night against Harding here in the W.T. Watson Athletics Center. You've won 3 straight, Henderson State, CBC, and then last night's 3-0 victory over Arkansas Monticello. Henderson's one of those teams where when you look at them offensively, they're anywhere from 4th to 6th statistically in a lot of the major offensive categories, but defensively they're kind of above the rest, so to speak, in the conference in blocks. So without giving too much away, what are some of the things you're looking for to kind of combat against that tough Harding defense?
Well, I mean, typical Harding. Typical Harding's they're going to be very fundamental. They're going to put up a block. They got 2 middles that are really good at doing that. They got a libero that's good enough to help control that defensive part back there. As far as what we need to do exactly what we've done in the last 3 matches. We need to serve aggressive. We need to keep the pressure on them with our attack. We need to distribute the ball, and we need to serve receive well. They played OBU last night and served very well against them to get them out of system, and we can't let that happen. We have to dictate our game on them, not let them dictate theirs on us. They are still growing as a team. They've got a lot of new pieces and things that they're trying to mesh. Their overall record is 6-9, but I guarantee you they're a lot better than 6-9. They've played some good, tough teams just like we have, and they're growing from it. And they're doing they're doing just like we've done. We've grown from our mistakes. They're growing from theirs, and it should be a good match tomorrow.
Not to look too far ahead, but this weekend, the competition really doesn't get much easier for you as you travel to tri-match hosted by Missouri S&T. You're going to play University of Missouri St. Louis and the University or Missouri S&T University. Talk a little bit about what they bring to the table. I know once again you're focusing on Harding, but talk about a little bit about how you plan to attack them.
Well, I mean, they've been there, done that. I mean, Missouri S&T has been in the region tournament the last few years. They have multiple All-Americans on their team. They're very fundamentally very well coached. They're in a very tough conference that keeps them on their toes. I look for them to pretty much play like we've been playing the last few days. They're going to serve tough. They're going to play good, hard defense. They're going to put a big block. The All-American Middle just crossed 500 blocks in a career last night. So they're going to be very tough to hit around and do things. What we have to do is the same thing we talked about with Harding. We have to serve aggressive. We have to put the pressure on them. And when those holes open up, take advantage of it and get those middles where they're not camping on our hitters as much, and I think we'll be fine. And same thing with Missouri S&T. I mean, Missouri St. Louis is the same thing.
The Lady Mule Riders will first serve for tomorrow night's game against Harding. Will be at 7 p.m. Fans are encouraged to show up early and enjoy some of the pregame festivities. Be grilling out in front of the gym. Also, students are encouraged to bring canned goods as their coach and his squad is going to try to can the Bisons. That'll be going to a good cause. Have a chance to win some great prizes. Coach, thanks for joining us, and best of luck tomorrow and this weekend.
Thank you.